Hello, pre-K family. This is Hertz Homeroom on demand. The Hertz Homeroom is for the school week of February 8th, 2021. I am out this week, so I pre-recorded Hertz Homeroom because I wanted to make sure that you did not miss anything that is going on in pre-K this week. Now, my name is Heather Hurd, and I'm a Transition Services Advisor for the Division of Early Childhood. And as always, I like to give my thanks before I get started. Now, first, I want to thank you for taking time out of your schedule to spend just a few minutes with me. And then I also would like to thank my Executive Director, Dyvalyn Gordon, my Education Director, Catherine Bostic, my Transition Services Manager, Christina Jones. Without these ladies, Hertz Homeroom would not be possible. So thank you, ladies. Now, I always start Hertz Homeroom with Dollar Tree finds. Hertz Homeroom is just a room where we talk. I share activities, skills, and strategies with you, and it's things to help you and to help your child. I also share with you information that's going on, just important news that you can use. But like I said, I start off with the Dollar Tree find. And if you look over my shoulder, you see the pocket chart that we talked about last week. This is the same pocket chart. Now, last week we talked about sight words. But this week, I'm going to show you how you can take that same pocket chart and do something else. So behind me, you see the letters E, I, and B, the uppercase letters. And then you see the lowercase letters underneath it, I, B, and E. So what I want you to do is to take that and to help your child to match the upper and the lowercase letters. Yes, match. So look, let's say they take the letter I. Say, sweetie, I want you to find the uppercase I. And then you can also throw in the sounds that the letters make. So your baby walks over and puts it in the letter B. Well, we know that that doesn't match, so that's the teachable moment. No, that does not go there. Do you see another place that it could possibly go? And your child will look and they're going to get it right, and they're going to put it right there. Bam! They have matched the upper and lowercase letter. Now, if you look at the bottom, you see the numbers 5, 2, and 3. I created these little snowflakes. We're going to call them snowflakes today. And they are to count 1, 2, 3, and put it in the correct space. They come over and they place it above the number 3. So that's an extension of how you can use that pocket chart. You can put it in your hallway, in your baby's bedroom, in the kitchen, wherever you're going to get your learning done. Let me show you something else that I found. I found these dice. They're foam dice. They have the numbers on them. See? So this, let's say they roll. And they roll on a 4 and a 1, which we know is 5. I also found some counters. Have them to count out 5 chips. They roll, and they come up with 5. They count out 5 chips. But let's take it a step further. Have them get their whiteboard or a piece of paper and write the number 5. And then let's take that a step further. 5 starts with what letter? See how we're tying this all in together? Y'all, learning can really be fun. It really can. And I have one more thing I want to show you, which by far I think is my favorite this week. And it is story dice. Comes with stickers. It comes with cutouts. And it comes with a piece of paper where you write your story. Now, as always, as I tell you guys, I just don't throw it out there to you and say, hey, go try this. I do it. I live it. I do it with Lang. And so Lang and I did this and we had fun. So this particular one, once you pop it out, you color it. And as you can see, it's a dog, an apple, a snowflake, a light bulb, an umbrella, and a robot. None of it has anything to do with each other. But just stick with me. This is the one, what it looks like once it's finished, right? So Lang started it off. We started writing our story. He rolled, and the first thing he rolled on was a rocket ship. So I had him to come up with a sentence for the rocket ship. And he wrote, once there was a red rocket ship. It was my turn to roll. So I rolled the butterfly. I said that was in space, and it saw a green and blue butterfly. His turn. He rolled on a penguin, and he said, and the penguin flew by. My turn. I rolled on cheese, and I said he was hungry and wanted some cheese. And we're working on our writing, guys. We're working. But the thing is, think of the story that we just created that had nothing to do with anything, but we used our imagination. We were very creative. He wrote, I wrote, we talked, we discussed, and we had a good time. So all of these items I found at the Dollar Tree, and they were only $1. So go to your local Dollar Tree and pick up some of the things that I've been sharing with you and have a great time. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's see what's happening this week. All right, so what I want you to do is to look on the screen and you see the information. If you would like to receive credit for attending Hertz Homeroom, please go ahead and write or email me your information, your name, your child's name, and your child's school's and teacher's name to SCS pre-K-12 pre-K-rocks at gmail.com. Where am I going? SCS pre-K-rocks at gmail.com. Please email that information to us. As we continue on, let's look at our conversation starters for the week. Remember, with our conversation starters, we are having back and forth conversations that increase your child's vocabulary and builds their listening skills. We have to be intentional and specific. We want you to move away from those one-word answers or the simple yes and no answers. But on the screen, you will see our 3 conversation starters for the week. Be sure to take a picture of the starters and indulge in some good conversations with your child this week. Now, let's look at the skills for the week. These are some of the things that your child may work on this week in their classroom. Mark your calendar. There is no school on February 15th. It's President's Day, and our students will be out of school. So again, no school on Monday, February 15th, because we will be out of school for President's Day. On February 23rd, we're going to begin our parent cafes. Our first parent session will be on fine motor skills. Last year, we were able to do this session in person, but because of COVID, we will have to do it virtually. This fun and interactive parent session will be held twice on February 23rd. One session will be at 10 a.m. and the second session will be at 5:30 p.m. I will email you with the link on February 16th. These sessions are only 30 minutes, so please try and join us. As I told you last week, it's official. On March 27th, we will have a drive-in movie in Shelby Farms Park. On the screen, you will see the link for you to complete our survey. Many of you have already completed the survey, and you should have received a confirmation from Tamika Sandridge. We will also send a flyer out really soon, but I encourage you, if you have not done so, to complete the survey as soon as you can because space is limited. Once you complete the survey, we will verify your information and your child's enrollment. Once you've been verified, a ticket will be emailed to the email address you provided on March 1st. Because you're attending Hertz Homeroom, we are considering you VIP and you get the information and link before anyone else does. So I strongly encourage you to complete the survey as soon as you can, because once all the slots are filled, that's it. And you must have a ticket to enter. Now, I also included the link in the body of the email that was sent to you for Hertz Homeroom. So we hope you can come. This is going to be epic, but we need for you to go ahead and complete the survey. It's listening time. As we begin to focus on getting ready for kindergarten, I wanted us to begin focusing on listening. Listening is very important in kindergarten. Just about everything a child learns before the age of 6 comes from listening. About 70% of your child's day in kindergarten will be spent listening. Being a good listener is a skill necessary for language and cognitive growth. It also helps in developing clear speech. Let's take a look at this quick video clip from Ready Rosie.
To help your child more likely listen to you, you need to actually walk over to your child. You need to make eye contact before you give them a command. Often we like to holler from the kitchen, "Alyssa, come to dinner." You actually physically need to walk over, tap them on the shoulder. When they look at you, you say, "It's time for dinner." And then if they kind of balk a little, you can give them a choice. You can walk to dinner and sit in that chair right there, or you can walk with me and sit in the chair on the other side of the table. Which one's best for you? To help your child listen to you, you need to have an assertive voice. Now, an assertive voice says, "I mean what I say what I mean." So you can help yourself learn this by going, "My jacket is blue, my top is black. It's time to get in the car." That's an assertive voice. Sometimes we say, "It's time to get in the car." Okay. So we tell them, use an assertive tone. We don't go, "It's time to get in the car." We use an assertive voice, which is the voice of knowing. We also tell them what to do as opposed to what not to do. And the last thing we want to do is walk over to them, get their attention before we give them a command, and realize young children process information 12 times slower than adults. So be patient, be clear, and you got this.
Yes, parents, you got this. Now, we are going to, over the next couple of weeks, we are going to be talking about listening and things that we can do to help your child become a better listener. So, as a parent, it's up to you to begin practicing and modeling good listening skills with your child, right? So, here are some activities that you can do. Now, the first one is Blindfolded Direction. So, this is a game that requires a blindfold to play. You can play with one child or a group of two. The goal of the game is to start in one area and make it all the way around the perimeter without bumping into anything. So you blindfold the child and then you give them instructions to keep them from bumping into anything. So your directions could be walk forward, stop, take 2 steps to the right. Unless the child listens carefully, they may bump into something. The next one you can do is round robin story. Sit the children or family members in a circle and explain that each person will add 1 sentence to the story, around and around, until the story is complete. Good starters include phrases like, "Once upon a time, she couldn't believe it, but," or "Nothing like that has ever happened before." The adult should start the story and then go around the circle clockwise with each person adding a sentence to the story. Children must listen carefully to know what happened before in the story and be able to add it to it in a way that makes sense. Start and stop is the last activity I want to share with you. For this activity, you'll need a bell and a whistle. Explain to your child that when they hear the bell, they should walk. And when they hear the whistle, they should stop walking. You could also substitute other activities in place of walking, such as dancing, skipping, or doing jumping jacks. The goal is for the child to listen carefully to the two different sounds so that he or she knows which direction to follow, and it gets them moving. Now, if you want the directions to these activities, I will be more than happy to email them to you. Just shoot me an email at scsprekRocks@gmail.com and say, I want the listening activity directions, and I'll get them out to you as soon as I can. So this week, we have two books of the week that made it on our books of the week list. The first one is called Why Should I Listen by Claire Llewellyn. This is a great book to read because this book is focusing on listening. I have included the YouTube link in the email I sent you, and also this book can be checked out at the library or purchased at Amazon. Now, in honor of Black History Month, our second book is called Keisha Kane and Her Very Sweet Tooth. Now, this book is written and illustrated by two Memphians. Their names are Ashley and April Fox. They're sisters. Now, this book can be purchased at kafanipress.com, and I have also included a YouTube read aloud link in the email that I sent to you, and it's also on the slide. So these ladies are from Memphis. They are our very own, and they wrote this book. So I hope you support and enjoy our books for the week. It's Herd's Trivia time. Dun, 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 dun. It's an easy one this week. So what is something you have learned from Herd's Homeroom, or what is something you are doing with your child that you learned from Herd's Homeroom? What is something that you learned from Herd's Homeroom, or what is something you are doing with your child that you learned from Herd's Homeroom? It can be from this week or previous weeks, but I want to know, how are you feeling and what are you doing? Now, you have until Wednesday, February 10th to email your answers to scsprekRocks@gmail.com. The first 25 people that submit will receive our SCS Pre-K beanies. You guys really love that beanie, so we're going to keep giving it on out. Now, again, you have until Wednesday, February 10th to submit your answers to Herd's Trivia. Pre-K family, thank you for joining me today. Homeroom is over, and I hope you learned some valuable information. On behalf of the Early Childhood team, we would like to thank you for all you have done and are doing. We want you to know that we appreciate you, and we are so excited that you are a part of our Pre-K family. We hope you have enjoyed the information that was shared with you. Before I leave, I'm going to share the quotes for today. We don't learn from talking, we learn from listening. And the second one, learning to listen is a prerequisite to listening to learn. I'm going to say that one more time. Learning to listen is a prerequisite to listening to learn. How about that? Now, I'm going to share my screen so you all can see this awesome beanie that some of you all may have never seen the beanie, but this is the beanie. This is the beanie right here. It's awfully cute, has a little ball on the top, and it's actually very warm. I pretty much wear mine anytime it's cold. But this can be yours. Answer our Herd's Trivia. Be one of the first 25. You have until Wednesday, February 10th. If you answer this can be yours. That's all you have to do. Thank you. I can't say it enough. I appreciate you being a part of Herd's Homeroom. I'm just thankful. You guys go out and be great. And until next time, see you soon. Have a great one. Thanks for listening.